Oh, I'm muted. Nice. Yeah, that's a good stuff. Welcome to the Yokohama recap. Muted. Because why not? Okay. So, from the first till the... let me check the date. First till the 8th, we stayed in the Shinjuku. Good muting recap. Thank you. We stayed in Shinjuku, which was pretty... This was a view from my hotel. It was kind of 1v9, honestly. It's also like an area where it's like a lot of young people hang out, do partying and stuff like this. To drive while I'm listening. Thank you. Banger. A lot of nice events, honestly. Like, there were a lot of people. It was kind of chill though, honestly. It was warm, which was a little bit wonka, but it's okay. So this was the place we stayed at. The esports M Cafe. It was super cheap, honestly. Like, we paid like 900 euros or something like that for the whole stay. And it was a big area where you can play with like PCs and you can like choose anything you need gear-wise, which was kind of cool. And we got like 2 private rooms, which were like these. We had air conditioning, everything. Either you have a desu, geese, I was sitting in that corner. We had a PC each, we have LAN, like cable connection for the switches. It was like super nice, honestly. We had 2 rooms, and behind us was Time to Shine. We had like 1 room, and the 2 mobile players were sitting outside. Which was, honestly, it was pretty cool. Like, this bootcamp place was really nice. Here we have a picture of Brock chilling, got blue, 60s. Oh yeah, that was like first day of Brock, he was like non-existing. Look at this. This is like, I don't know. We don't talk about this. He was like not living his best life on that day. So that bootcamp also was nice. The first days we went to Akihabara, like Shibuya. I think it was Shibuya Crossing. It was okay-ish. Me and Sixes went to McDonald's. The others went to like a barbecue thingy place where they cook your own food. And I gotta be honest, I didn't want to cook my own food. I'm too lazy for that. I hate that shit. If I want to eat food, I want to eat food and not cook. Made the photos for NOUNS. I did. Yeah, Shibuya was kind of... it was nice. I only went there once. But I wasn't like... I don't know. There's a lot of people. Like, at night, the Shibuya crossing was like a lot. Hello, Buster. I'm back. Welcome back, Kelly. This was Akihabara. I think I'm... It's me complaining about stuff again. Like, Akihabara, I have been a lot. I went to so many card shops after the event. Like, this was my second home. I forced Kelly and Michael to go to every card shop in existence there. That was a great play. That was a great experience. So yeah, that was the first bootcamp place in Shinjuku. I really liked it. I had a good time there. The bootcamp itself, I think our team went pretty well in that the bootcamp time. We had like 1 moment of losing professionalism, I would say, with a little bit of a mental boom. But other than that, I think we did well in the bootcamp, and we also had like a really nice environment, and the staff there was super supportive. And hanging out with like Time to Shine, Young Leon, Erich, Lunda, Aishi was there as well, where Gek's girlfriend Pixie, Jalvin, Young Leon girlfriend, Nispan was there as well. Like, I don't know, it was Kelly and Micah also came to visit. Like, this was really nice. I really liked that one. I kind of regret like leaving this place earlier to go to the second bootcamp place because that was not that pork. So then we had like to do our journey to Yokohama. We went on the 8th. These things are there so people don't end themselves in game, because it's stuff they do apparently. Here we have 2 really happy people. So the first week we did a lot of people gamble. We spent a lot of money on like claw machines, so we had to like transfer all that stuff from one hotel to another. It was a little bit wonka. Oh yeah, Brockgriffin was also there, million. I forgot. I am the worst. Adesso is also the person to lose the most stuff. He lost his credit card in China. Then he lost his wallet on the travel day. He left it in the 7-Eleven, but he got it back. The first hotel we've been to, like, we all had single rooms, so it was okay. I guess bro had a double room, but it is what it is. Then we got into the second hotel, it was like even smaller. The lobby was gigapok, honestly. Like the hotel itself looked really nice, but the rooms were like super small. Which is like disadvantage when you're like 2 meters tall. But it is what it is. Did you have orange punch? I had yellow punch. We get to that. So this was Yokohama. Honestly, Yokohama was fine. Yokohama was fine. And humid. Yeah, it was really, really warm. Like, I'm not used to that. But there was a barrel thingy. This is the place where everyone stayed. Like, Azu stayed there. LG stayed there. So there was like this main area here. And like all these rooms were like bootcamp room as well, pretty much. Then there was like a big room on the side here, in which like 3 teams played in as well. So prior to the event, we had Orangutan, we had LG, Peps, who else was there? LG, Peps, TTV, Talibobo Believers, Azu, us. Like everyone was like pretty much there. But I was kinda mid. Like we arrived there and we didn't have internet for the first hour. And then on the other side, pretty much, to the right, Orangutan was practicing, and Orangutan understands English. So we couldn't like really play there because they can understand us, but we cannot understand them when they're playing. So we like left early. Had the best ramen though, I don't know, I didn't eat there. But yeah, that was kinda monka. Other than that, like I think the practice after Shinjuku was kinda monka because we didn't really want to play there. And because of people next to us, and we had pretty bad internet there. And then we played in the hotel. The hotel games were like also a little bit scuffed, so it was not the best. But in Shinjuku, everything was pretty much fine, honestly. But like being in Shinjuku for the Yokohama tournament was like not an option, because traveling around is too much effort. Like you don't want to travel around in the morning before the tournament. Not as sure. Then we got to Media Day. Media Day was always, I don't know, Media Day is like super chill, honestly. Like we are so professional. Look at Gatto with the xBlaine jersey because he lost his jersey. Professional. Kappa. Like somehow Gatto lost his jersey. On the day of Media Day, he didn't have it. So he came late to the meetup. Because they were looking for his, so I gave him my second jersey. So yeah, at Media Day was pretty pork. The people of Media Day are like always super nice. Like, the staff there is like really supportive and stuff, everything. We had to wait 1 hour. Honestly, I should have never gotten that jersey to begin with. He wanted to give me my jersey and gave me his. The staff in like Media Day, like all super nice. I miss these guys. They're like so professional. I love like talking to these guys. They're doing a great job. We had an hour delay because things happened at Media Day, I guess. But it was fine. We have like here. We made Bruff like Giga giggle the whole time. That was fun. This is like where the gifts get made. We are not sure what actually happened here. That's just maximum confusion. So after the Media Day, everyone had to get into line, get at the badges. The downside is, so you have to imagine, there's spectators and there's competitors, right? And they got split in front of the room, pretty much. And hi Dodo, exactly. So everyone was standing in the same line until you get split in front of the room, into spectators and competitors. This line was million kilometers long. I don't know. We came down the stairs and I saw Kelly, Michael and Vazit. And I jumped over and the guy was like, no. But Kelly and Michael had Vazit as a decoy with them, and they would have kicked Vazit out, so I can stand there. Did I blame? No, that's mouth. And then I got in, Adesso got in, and the others had to like leave. Like, it was straight after Media Day, we went on the stairs in the back. Then Sixties and Giz somehow came, and like all the other United players just came in line with us, and like skipped half of the line, or even more. So Kelly and Michael kind of carried us through this. Then we got like the goodie bag, which was really poor, because like the Yokohama backpack, a t-shirt, cap, the ramen bowl, stuff like this. I still have the Tatsugiri stuff if anyone wants it. Like there was a lot. We waited outside for 4 hours. Yeah, like I appreciate that a lot. We also got chopsticks, a playmat, sleeves. I really love the playmats. It's a competitor. Also like if we had the Pikachu. That was pretty cool. After that, we had to go to the Pokemon Center because it was like, okay, you have to mention we got out of the thingy at 5. Okay, and from 5 to 8, the badge pickup happened, and also the Pokemon Center time. And we got told afterwards that we could have gone on any other time as well as competitors. They changed it, but we didn't know that. So we went to the Poké Center afterwards when I got like a lot of exclusive stuff. Because I am that guy. I've got to show this stuff later on as well. Okay, look at those cuties. Number 1 and 2 NOUNS supporters, Kelly and Michael. It's so cute. That was the lobby. Me, Kelly, Vazit were like hard chilling in this lobby, honestly. Like this area here that said you're like not allowed to eat there and like play games and shit. Well, we did that. We were those people. We were those people that did that. In that lobby, we also met like a family that was like super cute, like a dad and his daughter. She qualified for Pokemon TCG Worlds in like the last event. Hey, look, man. It was like really cool, honestly. She qualified on the last regionals, and then her grandma said she has to go to Worlds. And she was there with a friend whose mother is owning a card shop. So they were like practicing. And the one guy also took a photo with us, that was like with me. That was super cool. So then we went to like the area where we played. So every team got like a booth to play in. This was ours. And they got rotated pretty much. Like after a time we were like rotated out into the next booth pretty much. Or like normal, depending on your playtime. What you can see in the back here is the B stage. It's like, okay, so on the far back here is the B stage. On this is like a C stage, and right to it is a... Wait, was there another stage? I think there was another stage right to it. We had like 4 stages to play on, and like the practice area. But that was fine though, like the practice area worked. This Adetsu was a game against RIQ on stage. 4 stages? Yeah, 4 stages. That was kind of weird, to be honest. Like, I didn't like this setup here, personally. I think they should change this. That's like the only thing I really think they should change is this area here. Because as a player, you can see what the people are doing behind you, and behind us are the people we play against. Pretty much, so we can like see the games, which is, I don't think that's helpful. I think we need to like change this a bit. Like have the player area a little bit further away from the stage. Or like off stage. No, this was our game against RQ. We got against ExoClan first. The games against ExoClan were as planned, honestly. As they should have. Like we played it as we planned, and everything was good. Then we played against... we had some warm-up games again. We had scrims, look at Bruff. Big Pog. Then we had the game against RQ after this one, pretty much. We had a plan going into the matches against RQ. We did not do the plans we wanted to go against RQ. So the day before, we talked for like 4 hours about what we want to do. How we want to beat RIQ, or what's the strat against it, what we want to draft. on stage, we did not follow that draft, which ended up with the enemy team having Zacian and Water Bear. Personally, I don't care if they have Zacian. I do care that they have Water Bear. We lost 0-2 against them, which I think is deserved because we switched up everything we wanted to prepare. We prepared before, and you should get punished if you like completely ignore your preparation. And our draft was set up to have Water Bear, and we didn't have it. So that was kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. Gotta live with the consequences at the end of the day. If you have a plan and your whole team agrees on it, and on stage you decide you don't want to play the characters anymore, it's a little bit hard. It's fair when you say before you don't want to play the characters, but if you do it on stage, it's a different thing. Because I was sitting in the crowd with Toon, for example, and he asked me how, what is happening with the draft, and I was like, I don't know, this is not what we talked about. If you know you don't want to play the character before, just tell it and we swap up the draft. After the RQ games, I feel like the team was really tilted. Like, I could tell from like Gear 6's and Brow's reaction that they did not like it. Adesso felt, in my opinion, kind of shaky afterwards, because he was not feeling as confident as he should have. Because he realized that he just lost the match. So that was kind of a Monka moment coming off stage. And we had to like get their mentals up again. Because after that, our only chance of winning or getting out of group is beating Orangutan to 0. If we beat Orangutan to 0, we actually make it out of groups. If that doesn't happen, we require ExoClan to beat RIQ. And as much as I like ExoClan, I don't think the chances of ExoClan beating RIQ are that high. And I also don't want to rely on other people performing well to make it out of groups. Because that's not the play style or like the something I want to rely on. Because what happened here is we got ourselves into a position where we rely on another team winning for us to make it out of groups. Orangutan was in the same position, but they had better odds. So this guy, like, this was after IQ pretty much. Like, everyone was like a bit tilted. It was something about like tilt, disappointment, and illusion. I don't know, something about that maybe. Then we got on stage. If you watch the games, I think it should have been top 2 from each group. I don't think that was a... I mean, it would be easier, yes, I agree. But I also think... I don't mind only having like one out of group advancing. If it was 3 days, I agree it should have been top 2. I hope it's gonna be 3 days next year. But I think the one was 3 days. Yes, but Pokemon Unite was only 2 days. Yeah. I think it should be 3 days and then you can agree on it. No, it wasn't planned to be 3 days. Yeah, but I don't know, like the thing is, I'm fine with only one team making it out of groups. I feel like if you prepare well enough, and you have like really good games in the group and stuff, you're able to make it out of groups. Like, it sounds hard, but I feel like this format is not optimal. Like, that's always up for debate, and more people should make it out of groups and stuff. I want to make the tournament longer as well. But like for us, we didn't even get second in group, right? We got third in group, and realistically, it is what it is. Like, in this match against Orangutan, like, looking at Adessu's face, like, looking at Adessu throughout this whole match was, like, heartbreaking. Like, after we lost one game against Orangutan, looking at Adessu's face was so goddamn heartbreaking. I can't. Like that was something else. Like I felt so bad for Adesso. Like throughout the whole match, oi oi oi, he was not feeling it. Like he was not feeling well. Like oh mama, like I felt really sorry for Adesso. But also in these games, it was the same thing again. We drafted, we did not stick to a draft plan. Like we had a different draft plan, we had a different approach. People played well, everyone did like minor mistakes, but we once again into the draft. I don't know, a lot of things happened. Like we played stuff. It kind of felt like a solo queue players, right? That just like log in like random stuff that you're like not up to, and I don't know. It kind of felt like it. We still played it well. And there's like this part of like people picking random stuff or stuff we didn't practice when playing it well. And we like still do close games. Yeah, we didn't stick to the stuff we practiced. Like, we went really well in the scrims and we practiced a lot of stuff and we didn't stick to it on the stage. There's stuff happening that people didn't want to play the stuff anymore. And when you don't play the stuff you practice and people like lock in different characters suddenly or like want to play different stuff on stage, and you're still doing it well, they're gonna be like at the end of the day in the delusion that they still performed well and the game could have been won. But if you swap stuff, right? Let's say, okay, I have a team comp, we practice something, we practice a draft. Everyone in the team knows how to play with this draft. Just because you played well doesn't mean your pick was good. You're still hurting the team with that. And that's something you have to come to realization. Even if you think your pick is good, if your team doesn't have practice with it, it's like super weird. Like that one game when we played Leafeon, A9 plus another mage, we never played that before, we didn't have an offlaner. I was sitting with Potato and he was like, you guys don't have an offlaner. You're gonna win early game and you're gonna get shitstormed late game. This is exactly what happened. Got on NOUNS, was so upset I didn't care about the other team games. Which is fair. Honestly, I watched some of day 2. I was kind of frustrated. I'm gonna be honest, I also was mad. Like, especially after seeing Adetsu, like, how bad he felt on stage. I kind of felt mad. Because I know the stuff we prepared. And a lot of people also messaged me on Discord about what the fuck happened on, like, what is your drafts and stuff like this, and I was like, yes, this is not the stuff we practice. Like, I didn't open Discord because people messaged me and asked me about drafts and stuff, like, how do you, like, enemy teams end up with Zation and Water Bear, when that was, like, never our plan to begin with. Day 2 was Geo Nation as well. Like, I'm good friends with all of Brazil, like, I like these guys, and I'm, like, also really happy they made it out of groups. It's hard because Talibobo is, like, also friends, but I'm also friends with Zero Nation, so I was like, okay, one of the two is gonna make it off groups, so I'm gonna be happy anyway. So that was a good, you guys stay together, I really hope so. I cannot tell you, we're gonna see. But realistically, it's just like, what's happening off season, and if the people realize what they like actually have done on the stage, right? It's like a learning experience. Could be LG went out day 1. I don't think so. I think that's hard cap, by the way. I think Mame's team, I always forget the name, Omio, there's something macro, was really good. I also think that the APAC team was really good. I also think that LG went freaking Super Saiyan the tournament. They had like the perfect drafts like nearly every game. Like, I actually think LG played super well. And it's not about like the teams that beat LG went out on day 1. It's just like LG played better. And the teams that got top 8 also played better than the teams that got kicked out. I don't think any, like beside Tali against Zero Nation, it's debatable. In my opinion, the only team where I was like, okay, these people, that could have been either ways. Those two could have gone either ways, and like both deserve to like make it out of groups. I think every other team did like a lot of mistakes. It was either in the draft or on their playstyle that the other teams were just better and got out of groups. I don't think there was like anything where I was like, oh my god, these guys just flipped and won the game. Like all the games I watched, I think the teams that made it out of group deserved to make it out of groups. Your Nation against Tardy was like insane games, and I feel like a lot of teams like played really well as well. Yeah. Yeah, also that, like, I'm not sure what off-season brings, right? Like, we had it last season as well, right? Redmore lost kind of interest in playing. And then we, like, tried to hold Redmore. It was not the best idea. Sometimes it's not that good against the Asian teams, and Asian who didn't. I mean, that's true, no? Like, LG was better prepared for the Asian teams than, like, I knew Peps is gonna have a hard time against Asian teams, like against everything APAC, Japan, because they arrived super late in Japan. So that's why I knew these guys are gonna have a harder time against the teams, but they still played it well. It was not like they got like shafted in the games. Like they played it still super well, and they gave it the best. And Time to Shine has like a lot of struggles within themselves, right? Because the team is like always struggling. So they still give their all. No, yeah, I feel like NOUNS done better into LG. I do agree that we would have done better into LG, but we didn't have LG in our group, so it doesn't matter. Like, we were also prepared for, like, that's like the thing, right? We were also prepared for RIQ and Orangutan, but we didn't stick to the plan. If we go into LG and also decide to not stick to our plan anymore, we would have also lost against LG. It's not like not being prepared, it's like not using the preparation we had. That was our problem of the whole tournament. We had a plan, we didn't use that plan. We had a perfect draft against RIQ. Our draft against RIQ was forcing their top lane on Zacian because it's his least played Pokemon on top lane from the meta picks. We pick away Lapras, we pick away his Blastoise, and we take Water Bear. And we didn't do that. We gave them Water Bear. And if you do last minute changes on stage, then your team is not prepared for that. And the reaction the team had after coming off stage against RIQ clearly showed that this was not something they liked. Like, the team did not like that last minute change. Because then we had to like switch up our whole draft, because we didn't play Water Bear at all anymore, even though we played it in practice. That Espeon pick should have not been there. That should have never been a Espeon pick. We should have picked Water Bear and then Adesu plays Guardy. That was the plan. But since we didn't pick Water Bear, Adesu didn't know what to pick anymore. The Adesu plays an insane Espeon, like future side start power future side. Like, we practiced it a lot. It's like really good into like a lot of the APAC teams in Japan, but it was not planned to be in that draft. We wanted to have a hyper carry in that slot. So yeah, because we switched up draft, stuff didn't work out and everything ended up being a mess, and that's what it is. Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking, like, even if we had a different group, we would have still lost with that mentality. Yeah, that's something you have to come to realize, that we lost because we didn't stick to the plan. And I think no matter which team we would have faced, eventually we would have lost because of that. If we would have gotten like an easier group or whatever, or like in brackets like an easier group, then would have made it off groups, we would have lost against the first team that actually punishes us. It wouldn't have made any difference. It's a team game, you have to like be on the same page. We made sure everyone is on the same page. We sit together, be like, is everyone fine with the draft? The day before, we agreed on it. everyone was on the same page, everyone knew what they want to do. That's like the perfect mindset, in my opinion, to go into the tournament. Like you have, everyone is on the same page, everyone's having fun, and you get into the tournament and you have a good chance of making it. Because I don't think making excuses helps you in improving at all. You have to come to realization that you fucked up, and either you learn from it or not. And if you're not learning from it, you're gonna have a good luck next season. That's like it, right? Because then there's no improvement. If I would be a delusion and be like, if we had a different group or something, I don't know, I'm not getting better at the game. You have to find out what's the mistake, and you have to learn from the mistakes, otherwise you're not getting better at the game. Yeah, that's how it is. I guess it's always easy to like blame it on something else. Like, in my opinion, what Lunda did, saying we didn't have practice with Zacian, is like the biggest cope ever. You did not make it out of groups because you didn't play Zacian. Like, if you think you need to play Zacian, then spam Zacian ladder. Spam Zacian in Scrim, spam Zacian in 5 stacks. I know for a fact these guys did not play spam Zacian. I also think that the majority of his team doesn't agree with him. Like, that's like a thing, right? Like, it's not about that. It's about realizing, okay, there were a problem, we just move on. Because we had Adesu and Sixes both practice Zacian, and I think they both definitely were like capable of playing Zacian on like a really, really high level. And like Adesu Zacian was crazy. Like Adesu was sitting in practice to cancelling Urshifu ultimates like on Dark Bear with Zacian ultimate and Sacred Sword. That was kind of impressive, honestly. Yeah, I really, really believe there was a lot. Our team wasn't like on stage, not on the same page anymore. Then there was like that kind of broke the team in this tournament. I think if we were all on the same page throughout the whole tournament, we had really good chance of making it like really high in the tournament. But in the second match already, we did not stick to the draft anymore. Because the game against xBlaine, we stick to the draft, and it was a flawless game in my opinion. But like close to flawless. No, I cannot help the early draft phase. I sit outside. I told them before, we knew what we want to do. We talked about it for 4 hours. And I don't get to talk to them. I don't think Mio is harder than Zacian. I hardly disagree on that one, but I think that's up for debate. I feel like Zacian right now is really not that easy to play anymore. It's still really, really strong, and you're gonna stomp people that do not like respect your damage. But on a competitive level, Zacian is super hard to play compared to Mew. Because on Mew, you always have to range Zacian, always have to jump in. And half of Zacian's sets like animation cancelling and stuff. Like, it's not that easy to play on competitive level. I think Mew is easier to play. Maybe I'm wrong there, but I personally think Zacian is on a just on the competitive level. I do agree, if you go into a solo queue game, just play Zacian, you'll probably get away with like way more shit. On a competitive level, not. Playing Mew from scratch would be tough. I agree, but that's pretty much just getting used to the mechanic of switching. That's like, I think the hardest thing. It's like getting used to the like pressing the switching buttons. But once you figure that out, it's okay. But if you get in competitive, Zacian gets punished by so much stuff. Yeah, I see it in in-house as well. People pick Zacian and be like, okay, this works, but it doesn't. No, yeah, I don't want to discuss about it. Yeah, but the stage, by the way, was really nice. The stage was beautiful. That was pretty nice. Here we have like a small rundown of like the area. To the left we have like VGC and TCG and stuff like this. Also shout out, yeah, like on the right is like the big stage somewhere there. Also shout out to Michi the Best, who got second place in VGC. He's the GOAT. Former Unite player as well. Michi the Best. The GOAT. Venusaur. Very nice. Yeah, it was like the screen. It was fun, honestly, like watching this. I also think it's like a super cute how like Brov's girlfriend was there, Gertrude's brother was there, Sixie's whole clan was there, and his girlfriend, Giz's girlfriend even came. Like, honestly, it was really, really cute. Like, seeing Sixie's family support him like this. And I know Giz's girlfriend doesn't, like, know that much about the game. And even she, like, showed up to support him and, like, asked questions. I think it was, like, super cute. Performance at the tournament, like, the way we played, was really good. I think just the drafts not sticking to the plan was, like, the majority of our problems here. Because it caused a lot of problems, a lot of bad matchups, and it made everything harder. But other than that, I still think the guys had like a super high skill level. Like looking at everyone in NOUNS, I don't think they're like bad players. That's like always the thing, right? Like I know I respect all of them as a player, and also as a person. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, we only had draft stuff. I think that was our biggest problem. Now we have the good stuff, the aftermath, okay? Because the aftermath was way nicer. Because after day one, I go out, I was just vibing. After day one, I went drinking with Extra Clan, Vazit, Soluvu, and some others. I forgot their names. I am sorry. I think Jomega was there as well. Kelly was there, but you guys ditched us. Okay, and we didn't got orange punch. We got like, first I wanted a beer, okay? So I got a beer with Marv, and the beer was so ass that I gave it away. And then I got these other things that the other guys were drinking. Okay, we were drinking the whole time. There was like a Chinese guy as well who like has a Yu-Gi-Oh store. And we were like drinking with him as well. I know he wanted to buy stuff. And it was not orange punch, it was worse. It was a yellow version of it. It was like citrus punch. You gave one to me, that was so dark. Yeah, that was the one, Dasha. That was the, no, was it the yellow one? I don't know. And we were drinking it. And we were drinking it, and then like after like the, I don't know which round it was, the Chinese guy was like, oh, vodka, and we thought we were drinking beer. So that was Monka. I'm not sure how we got to the hotel. Incidents happened as well. We don't talk about it. Stuff happened. After that, we spent one more night in like the. I woke up in the morning. I did not feel good. I did a little bit of puking in game, of course. And then I felt better. And then I was like the whole time feeling super dizzy. And then I realized I haven't eaten anything the last day and that day. And that's why I didn't feel good. And I like always was debating if I like feel bad because I was hangover or because I haven't eaten, but it was like because I didn't eat. And I was happy because I was feeling better after eating something. Do you eat a lot of sushi? No. I eat sushi once. I'm like the worst person when it comes to food because I'm allergic to like a lot of food. So I always go with the stuff I normally know, or if I'm close by my hotel. Like I ate 3 times at, or 4 times at McDonald's and 1 time at KFC. I mean, it's still different, but I'm like, melon bread. I tried melon bread once. I think it was good. It was good, but I have to like be careful with what I eat. Ramen, I ate ramen twice. That was good. A beer after waking up. Normally, yes. We did the math. To be fair, like I genuinely like I'm scared of eating outside. The KFC was not outside, so we went to eat with Gatlu and Adesu, Kelly and Michael, who just arrived. And we wanted to go eat ramen at no, curry or ramen, I don't know. I think ramen, but like this one place that Desu mentioned. So we went to this train station. Desu got his ticket. We wait for Desu because he gets his ticket. He gets into the train. It just drives away. And we were like, huh? Then we have to go to the place afterwards. On our own. We get there. We're at the place. And then the guy says only pork. And Gato doesn't eat pork. So we couldn't eat there. Then we went to the sushi place, I think. The sushi place was like, I don't know, the biggest row of my life, like line of my life. I did not want to stand in line. I was hungry. I didn't want to stay in the line. Like, it was a disaster. So I was like, okay, let's just go KFC or McDonald's. I don't care. There was like a KFC that literally was like 10 minutes away from closing. So we ordered food and then we went to the 7-Eleven in front of our hotel. Because it was like the only place I could smoke. And we're sitting on the ground eating KFC. But then a lady came over and said, oh, kawaii. Yeah, that was cute, honestly. Like, that lady made our day by saying we are kawaii. So that was kind of nice. Yeah, other than that, I didn't eat that much, honestly. Okay, then we have, this was on the last day, I think, in Yokohama. We went to the Cosmo World, which is like next to our hotel pretty much. Like a 5-minute walk. Everything was a 5-minute walk, but it never felt like a 5-minute walk because it was like 40 degrees or something. So like you're melting, existing, walking. Nice, we had ramen 3 times. I only had ramen 2 times. That was like next to our hotel. That was pretty pog. I also had like this cute thing. Wait, do I have a video of that? Yeah, you look here. They get this cute thing where like the Ferris wheel changes into like a Pokeball and then into this blue thing and the Pikachu walks over it. I think it was adorable as hell. I like that a lot. Okay, so then we had this was at the last at Yokohama with Marv, Potato. Who else was there? I know Kelly, Micah were there, Bazit was there as well, I think. We were at the water. It was like the most, like the best weather we had. Like this was actually not that hot. I love that. I love that a lot. This was somewhere I already. Oh, this was next to our like next hotel in Shinjuku. Like our hotel was like pretty close. Here you can see the Godzilla statue here in the back a little bit, maybe. That was kind of cool. Like that was kind of cool. We're gonna go. That's gonna be a whole different level anywhere else. Like in Japan, this was way more Pokemon. The whole city was filled up with Pokemon stuff. Like everywhere was Pokemon. You saw everything. Like in London, it was not that much. Like it was not. Like it was not even close. Like Japan was crazy with the Pokemon. This was the first time I had ramen in my life. Honestly, it was kind of pog. I'm still kind of confused because you have to order at like a vending machine thingy. And you get like tickets and then they open this blind. You give them a ticket and you get your food. And this was crazy uncomfortable sitting there. Like I was struggling eating with sticks already, okay. I tried my best. I think I did okay. But then you have to imagine you have like this blind, like this wood next to you. And I'm tall, okay, and I'm also big. So when I sit down, my knees were already like at the wall, and my ass was like levitating over the chair, like behind the chair. I did not have space. I was struggling so hard trying to eat there. And then I just look to the left and I see Adesu's face next to mine because he's checking how I like the ramen. And I was like, what the hell? And then like on the right you can see it like this wood thingy here. It's like a card that says it's too noisy. So I like took the card and put it into Adesu's face. I was struggling. Like my place looked like a war zone afterwards. Never something. So then we went to our new hotel, which was super pog by the way. This was the VS park that Fifi organized. So we went to a nice place. It's like a activity park. It's like how do I like translate so everyone understands? So it's like out of the city, pretty much at like a foreign position, a little bit further away. It's like hard to get to, and there's like this huge mall. This huge mall with like everything. It's like outlet stores comparison, I think. Like in most countries there would be outlet stores in that area. There was not an outlet store, it was just like a huge mall. It had like virtual reality games and stuff like that. And Fifi, the translator from Words, organized it. So in this bus we had Zero Nation. We had Lel, Soto, Pulp, Replicate, Atrax, Marv, Klaus, Carly, Potato, Akira. Yeah, I said Marv already, right? Marv, Kelly, Michael. Yeah, exactly, that was Fifi. And Orangutan was there as well. Like, it was pretty cool, honestly. This event, she's the goat. Like, she organized all of that. I don't have pictures from the other thingy, sadly. At the evening we did like a firework. We did like lights and stuff like this. Like, I don't know how you call it. This thing is like you lit up and then like a sparkling around. That was kind of fun. And she organized all of that and it was really, really nice, honestly. And like this was like pretty much stuff we did there. We have like Marv and Michael fighting with the big cocker. The Potato used Mystic Fire. Actually, yes, yeah, that was all organized by her. Like, she reserved all the thingies for us. There was like a huge queue, but like we got like pretty much free time. We're not that many people in there, honestly. That was really cool. Yeah, it was like a lot of stuff where you like stand, you have like 5 minutes in it, and then you like rotate out. It was pretty cool. I played table tennis with like a huge thingy. I don't know how you bet, I guess. Then like super small bet. He has Potato on the ground. He needs parental supervision at all time. So yeah, this is on our way back. Sauto Pok, Lel, Pulp. These guys are like super nice, by the way. We went eating with Sauto that one day, and Michael ordered like the biggest burger. There was like, I don't know, 7 patties on it or something. I have never seen someone eat a burger like a corn cone. Like corn. It was like equally the most disgusting and impressive thing I have ever seen in my life. I do not have a picture of the burger, I think. I also don't want to show it right now, because I don't want to open chats. I'm sorry. And Saoto was so impressed by it as well. And I was impressed as well, and equally we were like disgusted. But it was fun. Mazit was also there, so Saoto had like the weirdest experience of having Vazit in front of him, because Vazit is already an experience. And then you have Mikey next to you, who's like devouring 8 burgers at once. So yeah, but these guys are like super nice. Like, we saw them so often that I kind of miss them. Like, these guys are amazing. Okay, then we have everyone is 18 plus. We have the Vazit one. He was thinking about kittens. I'm not sure what he's doing. Something happened here. Vazit is super funny. Vazit also missed his flight, by the way. Like, his flight got cancelled. His flight got cancelled, so he didn't make. So he had to stay 1 day longer and he had to work the next day. That was a disaster. Then we have the mini pickup here, okay? Okay, this was something Kelly really wanted to go to. Honestly, it was super fun. I was a bit monka afterwards, like thinking about how many picks actually are in this. It was kinda sussy. Oh, you got to sit down and then they bring you the piggies. Like, they get piggies towards you. Some of these piggies were fighting, but they were like super cute. Like, honestly, like, the piggies were cute. You cannot tell. Like, look at Kelly being an icon with the piggies. These were like twins as well. Look at all the bacon. Do not do that. That. Then we had Adesso with like a small piggy. Like, look at how cute. Alright, stop it. Then Marv with his baby and the other one. Cute. Like this one on the bottom here. It was Marv's favorite because all it came back to him. It was like hard chilling there the whole time. Here also Sasha's boobas. Nice. Big fan. Now we have like a picture here again. Look at how happy Kelly is. Wait, I had the twins later. There's also a picture of like me with the other thingies. Like I don't have it right now. Yeah, Kelly being an icon with the piggies. Adesso got overwhelmed by when the bigger piggy came. Like this piggy here to the left is Boris. Boris is always like sad when he like doesn't get attention. So he was always like yoinking around. And Adesso got overwhelmed by Boris. I had Boris on my lap and it was like Boris is happy. He is one chunky boy. He was this, oh yeah, this was pretty okay. There was mini click cafe, it was a lot of fun. After that we went to Akihabara to go to card shops, and we went to one building, and that whole building was a mix of only card shops and jail shops. Like, if you buy something there, I'm pretty sure you go to jail. Like, half of this was jail. So, for me, because a lot of my friends and me are playing Yu-Gi-Oh! So this was like really nice to see. Like, it was like different stores where you could buy like a lot of cards everywhere, every card game. It's like so different from like in Germany. Looking at all those card shops, I had a good time. Yeah, a friend of mine was qualified for Yu-Gi-Oh! Worlds as well, but I had boot camp. Otherwise, I would have gone. I would have gone to hang out with him. Like Yu-Gi-Oh! Worlds were a week before Pokemon Worlds, and a friend of mine was there. Yeah, I couldn't go because of boot camp. We're kind of sad about it. Then we went to Team Labs Planet. This is pretty much a light show. This is me with Adesso. It's like a romantic date. There was a way, like between rooms, you always had like the thingy where everything with lights out. Then we have like this thingy. Ooh, light. Ooh. This is where you go when you like want to go to hang out and like take pictures for Instagram. It's like a light show on the ground. And if you touch a fish, it turns into a flower. And if you touch the flower, it apparently like turns into leaves. Petals? Petals. This was cool as well. It was like a secret room. If you touch this, everything turns dark. And then it comes back. So that was kind of cool. Like Team Labs was pretty nice. Like a lot of like Instagram content. Look at us being cute. I'm also taller than everyone else, so I got. I don't know. There was a ballroom. Where if you touch a ball, it should do something. I'm not sure if it actually did something. This is Michael touching balls. Not the first time on this trip, I'm pretty sure. Also, I'm pretty sure Michael went to a maid cafe alone. You cannot tell me he did not. There. Then we had this room. So you sit on the ground, everything around is moving. I got motion sickness so fast in this room. It was like the worst experience of my life. Like everything moved. The ground was moving for me as well. It was not moving. I got motion sickness and I wanted to leave. He was so happy it's fine. Yeah, of course he was happy. He got a girl being for him. Like, I don't know. Good for him. Then we went to the Pokemon Cafe. This is a small one in Tokyo. There's two. One way you can actually eat, and this is like a get food and get out thingy. Like to go. And you're not allowed to eat there. That was super cute. They were in the Poké Center next to it. I liked it a lot. It was kind of cute. Oh yeah, it was next to the Pokemon Center with the Miraidon. That was Poké as well. Then we went to the tower thingy. That was so mid, honestly. Maybe it was because I didn't want to go anyway. I also didn't want to go up. And everything around it was also really mid. It's pretty much the Eiffel Tower. It was kinda cool, but equally it was kinda mid. Maybe it's because I'm from Hamburg and I'm used to like going on like up thingies to like look down. I'm also not the biggest fan of like taking pictures, I guess. So it was kinda mid. Yeah, Eiffel Tower is insanely overrated. This kind of gave me the vibe. It was also, on this day, it was super hot. So that was like really annoying because everything, like you go on the street and you're like super sweaty. And I also broke my cable here on this day, I think. I dropped my phone out of the taxi. Oh, that was a disaster. There's a shrine. That was Pog. The Eiffel Tower. What she says. Then this was like the last day. I had to pick up this guy. I never saw someone being this unprepared. I had issues with the taxi. On the last day I literally had, like on the day before traveling. I think I dropped everything in the taxis. I dropped my phone like twice. The one guy knocked my phone out of my hand. Oh yeah, so okay. Do you guys know when you like get into a taxi? Okay, you probably don't though. But I'm like a tall person, okay? So I want to go into the cab, okay? Wait, let me draw it. Because this requires drawing, okay? Wait. This requires drawing. We have to... Okay. It's drawing time. Okay. Okay, I'm drawing a taxi, okay? Okay, guys. Okay, this is taxi, okay? Room, car, room, car, room, taxi. Car, tire, okay? Okay, like this is door, okay? Okay. This is front door here. This is like back door, okay? So, on the left, on the back side is driver. Michael sits here, okay? This is Michael, he needs big booty. Okay, this is Michael. This cab driver, this is Michael. And then there's Kelly, and then there's Adesio, or other way around, okay? Now I want to get into the car. This is me. I need to be like super tall, okay? This is me. If I want to get into taxis when I'm in Germany, I normally... Wait, you can see everything, right? Yes, okay. I grab inside here, okay? And then I like floof in, okay? Because I'm like 2 meters. Like, it's hard. This is like low. Okay, so I have my hand in the driver's thingy, okay? In the next to not the driver, like the person next to it, like next to the driver, passenger princess. Okay, I have my hand in there. And I want to sit down, and Mike closes the door. Okay, Michael slams down the door here. Okay, and my fingers are currently between the door and being outside. Okay. That was an experience, I would say. So my fingers were like in there while Micah's like talking to the cab driver already. And I was like, Micah. Yeah, like I don't react to that stuff. So I was like, Micah. And he was like, my fingers are in the door. He was like, oh shit! Like I had like zero reaction to it. Other people, I don't know. I was like looking at my fingers. I was like, this should not be there. Michael. Okay, my fingers are in the door. That was, wait, it was Vasit in the car, actually. Oh, Vasit was there. I remember. Oh, honestly, this was my first reaction, was just, this should not happen. Yeah. So Potato was definitely not prepared to play back. Like, this guy... Like, sure, actually, it was actually like this, so I was like, maybe. So Potato was not prepared to go at all, I'm gonna be honest. Like, look at this guy. He has like his weird suitcase thingy, I guess. Then he has 2 backpacks. He also lost his competitor. Okay, so there were 2 people losing their backpacks. Okay, Bruff lost it after partying with Toon in the Uber. And Potato lost his competitor backpack because he left it outside. And he thought he had his with him, but he took Klaus with him. Because Klaus said it's his apparently. It's Potato's, but then it was Klaus, and then his competitor backpack was gone. And Potato was perma sad about it. But in Japan, the people are returning it to the police. So they went to the police after Kelly told Potato like 5 times to go to the police. And the backpack was there. Well, that was kind of awkward. Like in Germany, you would never see that stuff again. But yeah, so he has 2 backpacks. He has a bag full of plushies and his thingy. And I was like, why don't you have... Like, then he like... How do you call this? The luggage that you give in the to the airplane, people. You found it in the police station? Yeah, like people brought it to the police station and like you could pick it up. But how do you call it? Like a check bag? Yeah, okay, so he had 1 check bag, 2 check bag. Like they ordered another check bag for him. So his big one was 1 check bag, and then his competitor bag was the other check bag. I was like, why don't you like put everything in like a smaller bag or something, you know? Like you could just go into a store, buy a bag for like 10 euros or 15 euros, put everything in there, and then you have like a real check bag. Because I was pretty sure if this thing comes out in Poland, it's gone. Never to be seen again, his competitor bag. And also I was scared like everything like getting damaged or anything, but yeah, I didn't say anything. Then we have Potato here. This was my companion from like 12 till the next day. I spent a lot of time with Potato at that airport. He was playing Pokemon Go, I got bored, I didn't play Pokemon Go. Then we got into the... We arrived at like 1:30 or something, or 1. Took like a 1-hour Uber from his hotel. First I had to Uber to his hotel, and then I had to Uber to the airport. Imagine we were at the same airport. The thing is, weren't you guys at the same airport as us? Because Potato said you guys were at McDonald's. Like, we were looking for McDonald's because Potato said you were there. So yeah, we were sitting at the airport, we were like chilling there. Like before that I was sitting on the ground with Potato, but the people wanted to like look at the planes, and then a person was like putting down their yeah, we were our check-in was at 7. What do you mean before we checked in? We didn't check in here, we had to wait till 7 till our check-in happened. 7:45 or something was our check-in. We were just sitting there. So yeah, like a person came and put down this like a stick with their phone in it to record the airplane, and it was like literally in our stuff. I was like, maybe we move, and then we moved over here. And then so yeah, we waited for like 7 hours, 6 hours to get our luggage checked in, and then another 3 hours for the plane. This was me and Potato waiting for the plane. He got ice cream because he still had money on his cards. On his, so this guy got like 3 ice creams while we were sitting there. I was just going to the smoking area. Yeah, that was like the Japan trip. It was overall pretty pork. I'm pretty thankful for Kelly and Michael for hanging out with me the whole time. Even though I got moody a little bit at the end. Because I was like exhausted. Because there were like too many people there. Also thankful for like all the other people that showed up to say hi and hang out. It was always nice meeting everyone.